Okay, so today I wanted to talk about why I think that Katy Perry's new era is basically dead in the water. So she recently announced a new song, Woman's World. It's not coming out till July 11th. The video is going to be coming out on July 12th. And so basically it leaked on Twitter and everyone was like, what is this? It sounds horrible. It sounds AI generated and everything. So yeah, they were really lighting a fire up under her because they were like, what is this supposed to be? And so some people were like, you know what, maybe it's fake, maybe it's not real. And so she did post on her TikTok and she was using the exact audio that everyone was hearing all over Twitter. And I just have to read you some of my favorite comments from this. Someone commented on her TikTok, they said, I can't wait for this song. Someone else said, we were all rooting for you. Get in the studio right now and re-record this song if the leak is real. This is making me miss JoJo Siwa. They were ruthless. This is from her official TikTok comments section. Like, I had to read these off to you. Here's a few more that were really funny. Someone said, this is the comeback. And then someone said, it's definitely a song. The album isn't called Live, Laugh, Love with this single. Are these AI lyrics? Like, what is this song? So basically, I really agree with everyone saying that this song sounds very much like AI. It sounds very soulless. And so it just is kind of like the antithesis of what I at least know Katy Perry for. Like, that's one thing about her. She was basically larger than life. Like, she was going to give you a pop hit. And so, yeah, it just sounds like someone went on AI. They typed up like Katy Perry soulless song or hyperpop or whatever the fuck. And then we got this song. Like, it just sounds absolutely dreadful. The lyrics are so elementary. And so, yeah, it's so bad. And I can't believe that she thinks that this is what people want to hear from her. She thinks that this is something that's going to be successful. I don't know why anyone on her team would say you're not really known for this. And if you are known for this, it's not going to be successful. Because I don't really know what it sounded like, but, you know, that flopped. So it was just a bad move in that regard. To add fuel to the fire, shortly after we were hearing this snippet and everything, we learned that she reconnected with Dr. Luke. And everybody knows that Dr. Luke is the producer who assaulted Kesha, so obviously he's a horrible person for that. And, I mean, separate from that, he also is known to steal, like, songwriting credits and stuff. Like, Doja Cat literally said, like, there were times where she didn't even work with him and he would steal credits from her on songs. Kelly Clarkson literally refused to put her name on a song because they forced her to work with him, and so she didn't even want the credit there. So he's a horrible person. I feel like finding out this news, everybody was kind of like, what do you mean you're going to be working with him again? Because basically, she worked with him, I think, in the beginning of her career, and then he doesn't have credits on her last two albums. So Witness 2017 and Smiles, like 2020. So you already stopped working with him after all that controversy, and trust me, we'll get to some stuff later about that. And so now that the controversy is as high as ever, I mean, Kim Petras gets backlash for working with him all the time, and rightfully so, because why are you defending someone who sexually assaults people? Kesha literally tweeted LOL. And so, I mean, yeah, it kind of seems like shade to her, especially with the timing and everything. Maybe it was about something else, but I mean, that's what it's giving. And so a lot of Katy Perry fans have taken it upon themselves to completely harass her and say horrible things about her, and I'm not even going to post some stuff they said because that's horrible. But there is no way that you should defend this behavior, especially for Katy Perry. Like, are you kidding me? Like, Kesha's literally the victim. And so, you know, that was sad to see. They even tried to ask Kesha about it. She didn't answer. And so this is from Twitter. And so this is basically the deposition. And so you guys can read it because people were trying to say that she had a longer deal with him than she really did. And we're going to refute those claims right here. And then here is basically, she said she chose not to work with him because of the backlash and not because of her actually believing that he did those things, which is also horrible as well. She posted a second snippet of the song, which has been better received and stuff on her TikTok. People feel she should have posted it sooner. So getting into my overall thoughts on this, why do I think this era is dead in the water? Number one, you worked with a rapist. We know the entire history. It's really sad, honestly, that she didn't believe Kesha. Like, another woman in the industry, you don't believe her. Like, and the fact that you stopped working with him due to backlash and not because you believe the other woman, like, that looks bad on you. And now that we know that, we have to have that there. And so it's also just kind of like the fact that her fans are really trying to lie about this whole contract situation and the fact that they're harassing Kesha and all that stuff. It's weird to me. And I saw someone on Twitter say this and I absolutely agree, but it's one thing if you liked Katy Perry at the time she was releasing like Prism and stuff, but I don't get being a Katy Perry stan in 2024. Music is trash, public image is trash. I'm pretty sure she got caught voting for Republicans. Like, she's just not a good person. So I don't really get writing hard for Katy Perry in 2024 and being an abuse apologist. Like, it's just not going to be a good idea. A big reason why this doesn't work is because it's going against everything that it seemed like she stand for with the women's empowerment, especially in songs like Roar and stuff like that, and especially with my generation and with the rise of Me Too. This is just not something that we're going to support, and you're just ruining your public image for basically no reason. Because it's like he hasn't produced a hit in years. Like, he works with Kim Petras, but I mean, she is going double cardboard on Billboard Hot 100, so I mean, let's be serious with ourselves. I don't know why she still defends him. Like, that's a horrible choice objectively. And so Doja Cat basically said, like, her new stuff that she does, she signed under his label years ago, and so he just takes credit for it. Like, she doesn't work with him anymore, to my understanding. And so there's a lot of producers out there who are making real tangible hits that you could work with, but you decided to go and work with a rapist. So that makes no sense to me. And she hasn't worked with him for the past 2 album cycles, so now you bring him in. And I think she did this because she thinks, oh, he'll probably give me a hit again. So you decided to go against your integrity to possibly have another hit, which isn't going to happen because he hasn't produced a hit in years. That doesn't make any sense to me. And so I just think basically with the imaging, with the fact that the song is awful and it very much sounds AI generated, and also the fact that it still sounds dated in a way, I think she's trying to go into the hyperpop sound. I don't think that it's working for her. And so I don't think that Katy Perry is a visionary. Like, people have pointed this out. But she very much is a one-trick pony at this point. Like, you made great pop song after great pop song, but it was basically the same formula. That formula fell out, and you tried to do purposeful pop, and you fell flat on your face. I just think that Katy Perry has to be held accountable for working with him, obviously. I just feel like this is a very tone-deaf decision for her to do. And yeah, at this point, just go back to judging American Idol and the 5 people that watched it. I think she got paid, what, $30 million a year or something for American Idol, which is ridiculous, but I digress. And that's basically why I think that this new era is dead in the water. I honestly don't think that Katy Perry can have a successful comeback at this point, especially after everything that happened with Witness. The music was horrible, and just the imaging, it was too shocking of a change for people. And, you know, I heard some of the music after Witness was good. I didn't listen to it, but I mean, that's what the streets were saying. And especially with this, I just don't think that she's ever going to have the big comeback. But I mean, honestly, you never know. I feel like a lot of times it just takes the right song. Do I think that she's found that? Absolutely not, as I've already discussed. But at this point, I really hope that she flops hard with this and with this upcoming album, because this is a horrible decision. And so I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you going to be supporting this era? Are you not supporting this era? What do you think of her public imaging right now? And what do you think about her in general as an artist? I would really love to know and just hear all your insights on this topic. And let's continue that conversation down below in the comments.